first time that you look at the role, all the way to when we get to performing night, that's a chasm that is deep and wide.
I remember the first time around, I'd never been in it, I'd never listened to it all the way through, I'd never seen it all the way through. So I had a lot of work to do on learning about the ring itself. And even being in it last time was a massive learning curve as well.
It's the biggest music I've ever sung, even though the Rhine Maidens as a whole, we're a lot more lyrical than some of the other larger dramatic roles. It's incredibly exciting when we get into that space with all of those orchestral players and these amazing voices around us. It's just such a huge privilege.
Every performance day of Siegfried, when I wake up, I'm in bed and I'm asking myself, why the hell are you doing this to yourself? It is like a marathon or more than a marathon. I think it's the longest and for sure one of the most demanding roles for a dramatic tenor. So I know I can do it. I mean, I've sung it many, many times, but I still have a high respect for this role.
Another dimension, and that's the physical demand of singing for hours over the top of an orchestra that's upwards of over 100. All my life I've been told in coaching rooms, can you sing that a bit softer? Can you be a little bit, can you blend with such and such? Whereas this, the more I can give it, the more people are going, that's right, that's exact. Can you give more? Can you give more? And not from here, but from your whole body.
Yep.
And it's physically a good feeling. It's, you wake up the next morning, not vocally tired,
No.
well I wasn't, but physically drained and spent.
Sometimes when you sing a lot of Wagner, if you take a break and you go do another role, Italian or Mozart, it may seem trivial. Wagner never repeats his text. And it takes us 30 minutes to answer one question, which can seem so exhausting at first when you're trying to digest it, but they're so layered. You peel back a layer by layer, and you'll never stop peeling them back. I don't care how many times you do one of his roles. It's deeply human.
From the very beginning, Wagner wanted to tell a human story through allegory and through myths and gods. But what Neil's done is he's humanised everything. And I think that's a really interesting way of telling a story on a different tack.
You walk out there, you take a big breath, and you clear your mind and you go, I've got a story to tell. I'm going to sing it as easily and as beautifully as I can, but I've got a story to tell.
I have the time to shake this character off once I'm dead, once I'm killed on stage, and some directors, Neil Armfield included, they give me the time to be on stage, to stay on stage while the orchestra plays this unbelievable music of the funeral march for Siegfried. So I love being on stage while this music is played, and this gives me the possibility to somehow step out of the character, coming back to myself.